to elect a caucus chair and caucus secretary for the Village of Massena caucus.
I nominate Matt Levere as caucus chair and Tom Miller as secretary.
Motion by Greg Paquin, second by Annette Paquin. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. You guys stand up. So we'll go with Matt first. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties of chair
and that I will faithfully perform the duties of chair
of this party caucus to the best of my ability.
of this party caucus to the best of my ability.
Thank you, Matt. Tom? I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties of secretary
and I will faithfully perform the duties of secretary of
of this party caucus to the best of my ability.
this party caucus to the best of my ability.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, if you guys weren't having a great day, you get to hear me read these rules again. Rules of the caucus. Whenever not otherwise specified by New York State election law or the rules of the state, county, town, Democratic committees, the authority for parliamentary procedure shall be Robert's Rules of Order. A person must be present to participate. Those arriving late or leaving early may only take part in the caucus business occurring while they are present. No proxy voting shall be permitted at the caucus. Nominations will be taken one office at a time. The nominator may speak for a maximum of 3 minutes. One seconding speech will be permitted per candidate, not to exceed 2 minutes in length. When all nominations have been received, the nominations will be closed. Each candidate then addresses the caucus, each for not more than 5 minutes. The chair can call for additional comments if so stated in the House rules, which we did not. The vote will then take place. When there's more than one position for the same office, each will be handled individually. We will be using voting option number 3. It is listed as all votes to be taken by calling for a show of hands for all in favor, all opposed. If the vote cannot be easily determined, the chair may ask voters to rise and be counted. However, should a single request be made for votes to be taken by paper ballot, it must be done. A majority vote is required to win the nomination when there's a single nominee. The highest vote will win the nomination when there are multiple nominees. Should it be needed to tally the vote, the chair may ask for election counters and talliers. All right, folks, this is the Village of Massena caucus. That means you must reside in the Village of Massena to be an eligible voter. At this time, we will entertain nominations from the floor for the sole position we have on the docket tonight, Village Mayor.
Mr. Chair, it is with great pleasure I nominate my friend and colleague Greg Paquin as for mayor of the Village of Massena.
Wonderful. And your name, sir?
Oh, my name is Tim Offeld. I live at 261 Andrew Street in Massena, New York.
Thank you, sir. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Nicole. Mr. Paquin, if selected, do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Any other nominations from the floor for the village mayor position? Any other nominations from the floor for village mayor position?
Can't nominate myself.
Any other nominations from the floor for village mayor? Hearing none, close the nominations. All in favor for Mr. Paquin to be our nominee?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Congratulations, sir. Would you like to speak now?
Yes, I'll say a few minutes, thanks. I don't know if everybody noticed, Annette did raise her hand. It took a second, but she raised her hand.
The hesitation's understood.
So, again, thank you. I've had numerous years of service as I'm getting older. I believe it was 3 years in the town board, 12 years within the county. So I feel I can help the community in numerous ways. Before I kind of get into a few things, a few people I want to thank. Albert Cola, one of my mentors, much appreciated for all that for this community over 34 years, actually. That's how long Albert was involved. And for anybody else that's put their name on their ballot, nowadays, being a public politician, for some reason, there's a stigma, even at the local level. I think everybody in this room, whether you're a Democrat, anybody in the Republican caucus, all they want to do is they want to help their community. And they should all be, commended for that. Appreciate that. A special thanks to Matt and to Tim for bringing a great deal of stability to a position that became unstable for a while. They've each done a fantastic job in that regard, and hopefully I can continue that. And just to say that my intention is not just to finish this term, this 1 year. You can count on me putting my name on the ballot again when this term is up for 4 years afterwards. It's not going to be, so I think we need to bring that continued stability to this. I've been a lifelong resident of Massena. I was born here. I was raised here. Annette and I raised our 2 children here. And well, they're probably going to put us in the ground here as well. But, we have an invested interest in this community. And again, as I said, I want to continue to do whatever I can to help. Kind of just a brief view of what I'm thinking. Even though we're Democrats and we sometimes get labeled certain ways, I understand, as do members of both boards understand, that taxes are an issue. They're a detriment to development. So it becomes, how do you go about reducing that taxation? How do you go about being smart about it? I think we need to continue the practice that the village board has done in the short time that I've been on. They've done a great job of being very disciplined with the budget, doing a very good job of holding the line on costs and such. Outside of that, obviously, you can start to, hopefully lower taxes by increasing the tax base. And as a village board, you have a few economic tools in the toolbox, so pilot programs, use of all your economic development boards, but it has to be a collaborative effort. It can't just be, us with the village board. It has to be us with the town board. It has to be us with the city electric as one of our big economic drivers. So there are definitely certain things. But also, I think one of the things that we have to do to increase the tax base is there has to be an investment in the community. And that investment is, obviously not just trying to bring business, but we have to want to make this a place where people want to come to live. And that might mean increasing our police force. That might mean increasing our partnerships with the school, with the town, tourism. We have to become an integral part of all of those, and hopefully over the next 4 to 5 years, I think I can help with that. I think I have the experience to do so. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it, and I look forward to the campaign. Thank you.